two of the most beloved superheroes ever created. One from Marvel, one from Image Comics. Both teenagers who got their powers young. Both lost someone they loved because of those powers. Both carry the weight of the world on their shoulders every single day. But if they ever actually fought each other like a real, no-holds-barred, someone has to go down fight, most people have this completely backwards. The internet has been sleeping on something for years, and today we are waking it up. Because Spider-Man vs. Invincible is not the stomp people think it is. And by the end of this video, you might be shocked by who actually walks away. Round 1. Strength. Let's start with the obvious. On pure, raw strength, Invincible has the edge. Mark Grayson is a Viltrumite, a species built to conquer planets. We have seen him take hits from Omni-Man that would vaporize any normal hero. We have seen him punch through skyscrapers like they are cardboard. He helped destroy an entire planet. That is not hyperbole. That actually happened in the comics. And Spider-Man? People think he is just a wall-crawling, street-level hero. That is the biggest misconception in comic book history. Peter Parker has ripped off Dr. Octopus's arms. Arms that tanked a full island explosion. He physically matched Carol Danvers, a woman who can destroy meteors with her bare hands. He has overpowered the thing multiple times. So yes, Invincible is physically stronger in raw output, but Spider-Man closes that gap more than people realize. Round 1 goes to Invincible, but just barely. Round 2. Speed and reflexes. Invincible is fast. He can fly from the US to Antarctica in seconds. He moves at hypersonic speeds. In a straight line, Mark is probably faster than Peter. But here is the thing about speed. It is useless if you cannot land a hit. And landing a hit on Spider-Man might be the hardest thing in the entire Marvel universe. Because Peter Parker does not just react to attacks, he predicts them. The Spider-Sense is not just a danger alert. It is a full precognitive system. Peter has dodged gunshots from behind him at point-blank range while he was looking the other way. He has moved through rooms full of simultaneous attacks and come out clean against someone like Invincible, who relies heavily on overwhelming physical force. That Spider-Sense turns Mark's speed advantage into almost nothing. In Marvel Comics, Spider-Man has been shown dodging lightning, actual lightning, while already mid-movement. Invincible has never shown speed or reflexes that come close to that level. Peter's agility in close quarters is arguably unmatched in either universe. Speed overall, edge to Invincible in travel, edge to Spider-Man in combat reflexes. But in a fight, combat reflexes are what actually matter. Round 2, Spider-Man. Round 3, durability. This is where it gets brutal. And honestly, this is Invincible's biggest advantage. Mark Grayson's Viltrumite physiology makes him nearly impossible to put down permanently. We have seen him get his eye ripped out and grow it back, get beaten within an inch of his life by his own father, and be back in action days later. The guy took a blast, helping to destroy a planet, and survived. Spider-Man's durability, by comparison, is solid, but not supernatural. Peter heals fast, faster than any normal person, but he bleeds, he breaks bones, he gets knocked out. He can only take so much punishment before his body starts failing. The real question is whether Spider-Man can generate enough force to actually hurt Mark before his own body gives out. And here is where it gets interesting, because the answer from the comics is probably yes. Spider-Man has hurt characters who should be untouchable by normal means. His strength, at peak, puts him in territory that should leave marks on a Viltrumite. Round 3 goes to Invincible, but it is not the clean sweep most people assume. Round 4, intelligence. Here is the round everyone forgets to analyze, and it might be the one that decides the whole fight. Peter Parker has a PhD in biochemistry. He invented his own web fluid at 16 years old. He has reverse-engineered alien technology, built his own suits from scratch, and outthought villains like Dr. Doom and Norman Osborn, some of the greatest minds in Marvel. Tony Stark himself acknowledged that Peter's intellect is Stark level, just without the resources. Mark Grayson, smart kid, good instincts in battle, but he is not a scientist. He is not a strategist on Peter's level. In a prolonged fight, Peter's brain becomes his greatest weapon. He would be studying Mark's attack patterns, looking for openings, figuring out how to use the environment. He has beaten people physically stronger than him dozens of times, purely through outsmarting them. And then there is the webbing. People laugh at the webs. Do not laugh at the webs. They are stronger than steel cables, incredibly versatile, and against someone who relies on physical contact to win, sealing airways, restricting movement, creating traps, they become a legitimate equalizer. Round 4, Spider-Man. And it is not close. Round 5, the fight. Okay, Forget the stats. Let us actually play this out. Mark comes in fast. Hypersonic dive straight at Peter. Most heroes are done right there, but Peter's Spider-Sense fires before Mark even commits to the attack. Peter is already moving sideways, shooting webs, forcing Mark to adjust mid-flight. The first few exchanges are brutal. Mark's hits that connect send Peter flying through walls, but Peter keeps getting up. His willpower and endurance are legendary. This is the guy who kept fighting the juggernaut on broken legs. Meanwhile, Peter is web-slinging Mark into concrete, changing angles constantly, never letting Mark settle into his rhythm. The longer this fight goes, the more it favors Peter. Invincible needs to end it fast. One clean knockout blow, and it is over. But Peter's Spider-Sense keeps denying him that moment. Every massive swing from Mark meets air, or a web line yanking him off balance, or Peter dropping under it and countering. And here is the dark version of how this ends. Peter, realizing he cannot match Mark's raw power, starts targeting the one biological weakness Viltrumites have, their inner ear, a specific sonic frequency. Peter is smart enough to figure this out mid-fight. He has improvised solutions to impossible problems in real time his whole life. That is just who he is. So who wins? In a standard encounter with no prep, Invincible wins more often than not. Mark's raw power and near invulnerability are too much for an unprepared Peter to overcome quickly. But in a prolonged fight, or any fight where Peter has even 5 minutes to think, Spider-Man's Spider-Sense, his battle intelligence, his insane endurance, and his underrated strength make him the scariest opponent in either universe. Invincible wins the brawl. Spider-Man wins the war. And that is the thing about Peter Parker that people always underestimate. He does not win because he is the strongest. He wins because he absolutely refuses to stop. That is what makes him Spider-Man. But that is just my breakdown. And I know half of you are already typing in the comments right now. Do you think Mark takes this? Does Spider-Man's Spider-Sense really make that much difference? Tell me below. I am reading every single one. If this video hit different, smash the like. It genuinely helps this channel more than you know. And if you are new here, we do deep dives like this every week. Versus battles, hidden lore, moments everyone missed. Subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. Because next week, we are doing something nobody has tried before. And trust me, you do not want to sit that one out.